What's crack? Dave here. I thought I'd go through my guitar collection today. I've seen plenty of people on Instagram and YouTube do the same thing, so I thought it'd be a cool thing to do. I started at the very beginning and worked my way through them, and then I incorporate some clips and stuff like that, add some context or whatever. Right, let's get straight into it. So, this right here is my very first one. Very first guitar I got for Christmas, I want to say 97, 98. It is a Telecaster replica. I think the brand is Vintage. Yeah, it's a good first guitar to learn on. A lot of people start on, Strats and stuff like that, but I always love Telecasters, and a good buddy of mine, Sean, actually recommended it as well. So shout out to Sean. And yeah, I got it, and about a year into it, actually, it took a bump and the head snapped clean off it. So that was kind of a sickener and a dose at the same time, but I kept the body of it. And then I want to say 2012, 2013, I ordered a new neck and had it put back together. It seems pretty cool. I mean, the intonation and action are a bit off, and the electronics are a bit shot on it as well. So I probably won't be using it for, live or anything like that, but, I'm sure if you speak to a lot of guitarists, they'll say they wish they still had their first guitar. So it's just nice to still have this thing, And yeah, I did track a song with it and it sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that's my first one. Nice. Okay, guitar number 2. It is a LTD MH201. Duncan design pickups, lovely green finish, flight rose. So yeah, not the biggest fan of flight rose, but I got this in 2002, I want to say. I was already in my first band by then. We were called Within. We were just a straight up metal band from Clonmel, and it was time just to get a proper guitar for metal, So went into the music shop in Clonmel, which was called Primary Music at the time, and they had an ASP catalogue, and I saw this and I was like, yep, I'll have this one please. Because first job, proper money, go all out. And had I known what I know now, I would have gone for a guitar with a string through back on it. But yeah, the other guitarist in the band, Paul, he knew about flight roses, so he helped me out with it. But still, no, it's a great guitar to have. I played a load of gigs with this. I've done a lot of recordings with it, with my first band Within. And then for Revenant as well, Thoughts of Ruin, I recorded the first demo with it, which is, it still sounds pretty good, I think. And a few gigs from there. think the very last time I used this for a gig was an I Burn gig in 2009. I brought it as a backup on my main guitar. The string broke, so broke that out for one last one. So I don't actually know if I played it live since, but yeah, it's an awesome guitar. Well, my one thing with it is I wouldn't use it for lower tuning. So I wouldn't go lower than C on it really. It's kind of more of a trashy sound guitar, so I'd use it mostly for that. But yeah, this is awesome. Right, for my next guitar, it's an Ibanez EDR 170. I got it in Edinburgh in 2003, although this isn't the exact guitar actually. Full disclosure, I actually brought this as a backup for my last Thoughts of Ruin gig and in Cork in 2008, and I left it behind. And when I went back to the venue, it was gone. So, but luckily Jimmy, shout out, was able to track down one just like it about 2 years ago. So it's good to have it back. Let's see. At the time, yeah, I used it for a lot of wood-in stuff and recorded a lot of demos with it, played a lot of gigs. Yeah, I used it for Revenant too, for a lot of gigs with that as well, but didn't use it much after Revenant. Again, string through back, but there's kind of a tremolo there. I always found it hard to keep it in tune, and I did break a lot of strings on this. So again, it's another guitar that I wouldn't tune lower than C, you know. Other than that, pretty cool. Alright, for my next guitar, it's an Ibanez SZ320. I got this in New York in 2004, just after my 21st birthday. I was in Sam Ash and I saw it and I was like, this is awesome. I have to get it. I have to bring it home. So I did. I don't know how much I paid for it because it was so long ago, but yeah, brought it back, finished it within CD we were working on. Played a lot of gigs with it. It was my main guitar right up until the end of that band, and used it for a lot of Revenant gigs as well in 2006. And then it just sat there for a few years, and then eventually broke it out again for Mindright, because for Mindright I needed a guitar that wasn't so metal. This kind of fit the bill. It kind of reminds me of a PRS. Yeah, so broke it out and was reminded of exactly why I bought it in the first place. It's just awesome. Although, yeah, string through back, keeping it in tune, which is awesome. The pickups are stock, but they still sound cool. Love the finish on it. So yeah, it's pretty much my main Mindright guitar. And yeah, probably will be going forward, I'd say. my next one is a Jackson SLSMG lightweight soloist. String through back, EMG 8185. Absolute beast of a yoke. Yeah, the story about this one is when the Thoughts of Ruin album was written and pretty much ready to go. I was in Waterford a couple of weeks before we flew out, and I just saw this in the window, went in, tried it out, and it was awesome. So put a deposit on it straight away, and then a couple of weeks later came back, paid it off, and then stayed in Brendan's, and then we flew out to France the next day to track Reclaim the Throne, which is a pretty class experience all the same. Yeah, like it's a bit strange to bring like an unproven guitar to a album tracking, but sure, it's totally worth it. And at the time I was playing an LTD KH202, and the Kirk Hammett signature with the crossbones, and it's a pretty good guitar, but it had a Flight Rose and ESP EMGs on it. So as cool as it was, I don't think it would have held its own over there, especially against Colin's guitar, who had a ESP Viper with EMGs on it, and we would have ended up using his guitar for the whole session, I think. And not that it's a bad thing, but there would have been no diversity in tone, which is a very interesting thing about the guitars on Reclaim the Throne, is that like even though we both have the same pickups and we're going through the same amp, which is single rectifier like this one, there's two different tones there, like there's a difference in them, and you'll hear that most obviously in the start of God Complex. So Colin's guitar starts and then mine comes in, and you can just hear the little difference. And if YouTube is feeling sound, it might play the next clip for me. Hopefully it did play. But yeah, as soon as we got to France then that morning, while Niall was setting up his drums, we were setting this up, and by we I mean Colin. And yeah, we were playing Zachwell Boomers, so we had to file out the nut a little just to make that fit in. And straight away, it was like, this guitar is awesome. Tracked the whole album with it. It sounds unreal. And even just knew at the beginning, this is it. Like, this never going to get a better one than this. So tracked the whole album. I did all of the Thoughts of Ruin gigs with that right up until the end. This is my go-to guitar. All the other guitars became backups. And the following year came back for the Burn album, tuned this down to drop A sharp for it, and yeah, it was a good album session. Sounded pretty good. Drop A sharp through a triple rectifier, which sounded even more awesome. And did all the gigs that I ended up using this guitar right until I switched to 7 strings in 2011. So this guitar just lay dormant until then, and let's see. Yeah, when Thoughts of Ruin briefly got back together in 2019 for that jam, just took this out, strung it back up, and it was literally like I hadn't stopped playing it. Just, it's the best guitar I have. So yeah, the two Thoughts of Ruin singles we released used this on it. And what else? I used this for the My Own Cult EP that we did during the pandemic. So that just shows how diverse the guitar this is, you know. And then pretty much everything since then that's in drop B, that's metal, I use this for. And yeah, all my playthroughs in B. So yeah, even the demos I've done for Thoughts of Ruin that didn't get released, which I might do playthroughs through, done in this one. So yeah, not selling it ever. So that's that for the first half. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, like and subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm also sharing a playlist of literally everything I played on Spotify, so that should appear here should I get it done, and I'll probably do the same thing on YouTube. So yeah, thanks again, and stay tuned for the second half.